When Harry and Meghan left royal life in 2020,
I don't think that we can ever have peace with my family unless the truth is out there. In the family, as such, there's the spare and the heir. My brother being the heir and me being the spare. And so I think it was just a really good opportunity to choose a title that had been somewhat used against me for a long part of my life.
it was supposed to be a clean break. They wanted freedom, privacy, and maybe a sunny California mansion or two. But instead of fading into blissful obscurity, they unleashed the crown, Revenge Edition.
My name?
Yes, ma'am. Your regnal name. That is the name you will take as queen.
Let's not overcomplicate matters unnecessarily. My name is Elizabeth.
And long live Queen Elizabeth.
A bombshell Oprah interview.
Right now,
There are several conversations.
there's a
about
conversation with you
it. With Harry.
about how dark your baby is going to be?
Potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
That conversation I am never going to share. But at the time it was awkward. I was a bit shocked.
Can you tell us what the question was?
No, I'm not comfortable sharing that.
Okay.
A Netflix docuseries dripping in drama.
Important to have the right person by your side.
You understand, the titles, they're not the job. She is the job. Loving her, protecting her. She is the essence of your duty.
Harry's tell-all memoir, Spare, each one a grenade lobbed straight over palace walls. And every time the monarchy tried its classic move, stoic silence, the Sussexes doubled down with another round. The Oprah sit-down was the first major battlefield.
I need to do this for my family. This is not a surprise to anybody. It's really sad that it's got to this point, but I've got to do something for my own mental health, for my wife's.
Meghan's tearful revelation about racism inside the palace and suicidal thoughts shattered the monarchy's pristine image.
I want him to be a prince or a princess, not knowing what the gender would be, which would be different from protocol, and that he wasn't going to receive security.
Viewers across the world gasped. Hashtags exploded. For the first time in modern history, Buckingham Palace looked less like a fairy tale and more like a fortress of dysfunction. The firm scrambled out a statement about recollections may vary, but the damage was already done. Overnight, Meghan became a symbol of resilience to many. While royalists seethed about betrayal, the contrast was sharp. A weeping duchess in California, and a monarchy clinging to stiff upper lips. One narrative was emotional and raw, the other cold and bureaucratic. Then came Netflix. 6 glossy episodes pulling back the curtain on palace politics, family feuds, and secret tears in palace corridors. Suddenly, the Windsors weren't a united front, but a family caught in icy stares and whispered betrayals. Harry painted his brother William, not as the golden heir, but as a rival trapped in duty. Meghan relived the agony of endless tabloid bullying, her every outfit, gesture, or slip magnified into headline fodder. Viewers saw intimate footage of the couple at home in Montecito, feeding chickens.
Right, like this kind of stuff that's it's so basic, but it is really fulfilling.
Playing with Archie, contrasted with shots of brutal tabloid covers screaming about diva behavior or family snubs. Whether viewers loved it or rolled their eyes, everyone was watching and talking. And in the game of influence, attention is currency. But the palace isn't exactly defenseless. For centuries, the monarchy's greatest weapon has been reputation management. Behind every stiff wave and floral hat is a media machine honed to perfection. When Harry and Meghan go public with grievances, royal courtiers quietly feed stories to favorite outlets. Subtle digs appear in British tabloids about Hollywood hypocrisy or diva demands. Photos of Kate looking serene with her children conveniently hit the front page right after Sussex drama spikes. It's not denial, it's distraction, and the monarchy does it well. Silence has always been their strategy. After all, you can't be caught in a lie if you never say anything at all. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan have turned themselves into a brand. Spotify deals, Netflix contracts, red carpet appearances. It's less tiaras and more Hollywood glam. Critics snicker that they wanted privacy but signed up for every spotlight going. Supporters argue they're monetizing survival, turning trauma into empowerment. Either way, Harry and Meghan Incorporated is a multi-million-dollar enterprise. They've gone from royal duty to lifestyle moguls faster than you can say Sussex Squad. Their Montecito mansion has become both a refuge and a set piece. Oprah-worthy gardens, sweeping drone shots of their California paradise, and designer wardrobes to match. And yet, the cracks show. Spotify dropped them after just one podcast season.
Spotify have ended its lucrative deal with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex for the couple to produce podcasts. A joint statement from Harry and Meghan's company.
With a blunt executive labeling the couple fucking grifters. Netflix trimmed back deals after initial excitement fizzled, cutting funding for rumored animated projects. Harry's memoir sold like wildfire, 1.4 million copies in its first day, but also turned him into late-night comedy fodder. Did the world need to know about his frostbitten anatomy? Probably not. For every supporter calling him brave, there's another rolling their eyes at oversharing. Public sympathy, once firmly on their side, has begun to split like a palace press office in crisis mode. On the flip side, the royal family has problems of its own. Charles's reign began under the shadow of Diana's ghost and Meghan's allegation. Prince Andrew still lurks as a walking scandal, politely kept away from cameras but impossible to erase from memory. His disastrous BBC interview remains an unshakable embarrassment, one that no amount of crown polish can scrub away.
Do you remember meeting Virginia Roberts at all?
Yes, I did.
Do you know you didn't meet her, or do you just not remember meeting her?
No, I have.
There is an active FBI investigation out for a legal statement from you. Would you be willing to provide that?
And Kate's health disappearance in 2024 sent the internet into conspiracy meltdown. A single Mother's Day photo, awkwardly photoshopped, only added gasoline to the fire. If the firm wanted to project stability, it has been anything but. For once, Meghan and Harry weren't the ones fueling the chaos. The palace itself was. And what of Queen Elizabeth II's shadow? Even in death, her presence looms large.
September 19th, 2022, millions of people worldwide watched as the coffin of Queen Elizabeth II was lowered into the royal vault at St. George's Chapel, Windsor Castle.
For decades, she was the monarchy's shield. Her image of calm, duty, and quiet devotion softened every scandal. But now, without her, the royal family feels exposed. Charles doesn't command the same reverence. William is still seen as the future rather than the present, and Camilla remains divisive. With the Queen gone, the family must rely on strategy instead of unshakable symbolism. And here's the irony. While Meghan and Harry are accused of chasing attention, it's the absence of Elizabeth that has left the monarchy hungry for it. The vault of mystique she kept sealed has been cracked open, and now the royals must fight for relevance in a world that's no longer deferential. So who's winning this messy tug of war? It depends on what winning even means. In terms of sheer visibility, Harry and Meghan dominate global headlines. Every red carpet pose, every podcast clip, every carefully dropped quote makes waves across continent. They've built a platform outside the monarchy, one that's messy, commercial, but undeniably their own. In that sense, they've escaped the palace cage and written their own rule. They're no longer bound by tradition or protocol. Meghan can wear ripped jeans to a farmer's market, Harry can appear on American late-night TV, and no one at Buckingham Palace can stop them. But when it comes to long-term power, the monarchy still holds the crown, literally. Harry and Meghan can craft stories, but the palace controls legacy. When the history books are written, coronations, jubilees, and heirs to the throne will take center stage. Meghan's diary entries may break the internet, but William's future coronation will break viewing record. The monarchy doesn't need to trend daily, it needs to endure. And endure it will, because its brand isn't built on relatability. It's built on myth, spectacle, and centuries of inertia. And perhaps that's the real twist. This isn't a war with a finish line. It's two empires, Hollywood and monarchy, playing by different rule books. One thrives on confession, emotion, and constant reinvention. The other survives by silence, tradition, and ruthless control of image. Harry and Meghan are sprinting. The monarchy is pacing itself for centuries. The Sussexes need constant relevancy to sustain their empire, while the firm can wait out scandals with the patience of an institution that has survived wars, abdications, and divorces. Still, if you look closely, you'll see both sides bruised. Harry and Meghan have sacrificed privacy, credibility, and relationships. The royals have sacrificed their once untouchable mystique. Public opinion now shifts like sand, unpredictable and volatile. One week Meghan is a hero, the next she's mocked on talk shows. One week William looks like the steady heir, The next, the internet whispers about affairs and cover-ups. The battle lines blur, the narratives twist, and the truth is often lost in the noise. For viewers, though, it's a feast. The monarchy has never been this entertaining, this scandalous, this human. And whether you wave a Union Jack or roll your eyes at royal drama, one truth remains. In the battle for attention, both sides are winning. Because love them or hate them, you're still watching. And in today's world, attention is the most powerful currency of all. And that, in the end, is the real crown jewel.